Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this series where I'm looking at kits pulled at random from my stash. Today I've grabbed this 1/25th scale kit of a 1972 Chevrolet made by MPC. It can be completed either as a regular pickup or as a racer's wedge, a kind of transporter for race cars. The kit was given to me by the nice people at Model Works in New Haven to try to get me to explore different areas of model making. Now, if you enjoy the video, please do let YouTube know by giving it the imperial thumbs up, hitting the notification bell and subscribing to the channel. It's free and a great way to show your support. So, let's start at the beginning with the box the kit comes in. So here's the box of the MPC 72 Chevy Racer'S Wedge. Box art on here, yeah, it's kind of 70s hand-drawn. It's okay. It's, you know these days it would be some sort of fancy, computer graphics stuff. But do you know what? I quite like this sort of almost cartoonish look to them. Right? It's actually quite evocative of the era. 72 Chevy, as it says, 1/25th scale kit with 2 building versions. So on this side we have another view of the racing wedge, this time in a blue colour, and it points out all the various bits and pieces. So you've got movable wheel stops. Doors work, you've got jack stand here, toolbox, the ramp itself, and you've got some work tools here as well, which are fab. On the other side, as you can see, it shows it in the pickup spec. So instead of the racer's wedge rather, it's got the pickup flatbed at the back, chromed engine components as well, custom grille, all sorts of bits and pieces. Big decal sheet, giant decal sheet, 4x8 inches, my goodness, and a 350 engine, Chevy engine. That's in Chevy orange, of course. And on the back, there's the parts overview, so it kind of shows you what you're going to get inside the box, which is nice. There's a hologram, which is very much not 1972. Some basic characteristics in here in various languages, small parts, not for children. Here it points out it's actually a product of Round 2 LLC. Round 2 picks up a lot of these car kit manufacturing companies some years ago, including MPC and people at AMT as well. Okay, that's all very nice, but let's see what we get inside the box for our money. The lid comes off quite simply, and then there's just a plain box underneath with all the parts. There's quite a lot in here, a lot of chunky things. Instruction leaflet, of course, the decal sheet, the giant decal sheet we'll talk about in a bit. There's a bag of some chromed parts here and here. There's loads of bags of white parts, white plastic parts. There's some tyres here which are all got white wool strips on. The transparency for the front windows, more and more and more bits of white plastic and some metal axles. Let's have a look at all these bits in a bit more detail. And look at this is a single piece. I guess it's slide molded, multiply side molded. I don't think it's maybe it's pre-assembled actually. That looks very much like, yes it is, it's pre-assembled. So this actually comes out. There you go. So we have the single piece for the cab and the side of the engine bays, front wings and so on, and then an interior piece for the seats and gear shift and stuff like that. Next bag contains a few more frames. This is obviously the chassis frame here, this chassis frame here, and the floor pan of the truck or the wedge, depending on what you've got. This is the rear quarter panels if you're using this as a flatbed truck rather than as the wedge. And this is the tonneau cover over the flatbed. And then there are some wheel parts as well in this bag. A lot of the wheels have fallen off. And there's some option wheels here as well on a separate frame. The next bits of plastic in another bag are the flatbed itself, if you're doing the flatbed truck, frames for the hood of the engine, and the tailgate, if you're doing the flatbed, that's the tailgate section there. Then there's a frame largely of engine and gearbox. That's the block and the gearbox. Exhaust downpipes here. That's the console for the driver's console, steering wheel, obviously. Cylinder heads and so on and so forth. Sump, pulleys, fan, all the rest of it here. And then finally another frame with, I guess, radiator. Not sure what that is. That looks like an air cleaner, air filter, and some other sort of bits and pieces. And then we have some chromed frames. I haven't seen chromed frames in such a long time. I think last time I saw chromed frames was, back in the 70s with a model of a knight in armour or something like that. Anyway, here's the chromed frames. Wheel hubs, steering wheel, custom steering wheel, grille, tailgate, covered with license plate, holder, lights for the top, and some rear view mirrors. There's another frame here with 2 halves of an oil drum. So these are tools, so wrenches, hacksaws, hammers, all sorts of stuff, a jack, even a vice, fire extinguisher, and a bigger rear view mirrors. If you're doing the wedge, you obviously need to be able to see behind you, and the mirrors are placed further up, and a replacement front grille as well. Look at that front grille. That is so shiny. Brilliant. There's a simple clear frame with the moulding for the front windshield and the rear window. That's particularly useful if you're going to have this as a pickup, obviously, so you can see out the back. You can't see out the back if it's a wedge. But anyway, that's the windscreen part. And the other clear part is this 2 little bits of red clear plastic for the tail lights. Then we have 6 tyres in neoprene. These have got, you can see the tread patterns on them. Allegedly Goodyear tyres. Let's see if I can see what it says here. I don't know, I can't quite read it myself. G1618 or something, I don't know. It's a code I wouldn't recognise. White rim tyres, and there are 6 of them. And finally there are 3 metal rods as axles. So when you look at some of the parts and think how detailed this is going to be, you do think, this is going to be quite the challenge. The parts are quite chunky, quite thick. The feeds are really big. I mean, look at these feeds here, right up into the part. First little bit here, this massive feed lines. And the other problem is, there's a lot of flash around these things. I mean, this is loads. This is quite mild compared with a lot of the frames. I'll see if I can find one that's a little bit worse than this. But a lot of these parts have got a lot of flash and a lot of mould marks on them. So they're going to be quite the challenge to get done. Here again you can see plenty of flash around these parts. Mould marks. Yeah, God, it's even dirty. There's even muck on it. That's some of these are going to be tricky to clean up. If you want the stock hubs, then these are going to be a bit tricky to clean and keep looking right. The chromed parts again, you see bits of flash here. They're not going to be the easiest of things to use. They're better than the standard white parts, I have to say, but even so, not the best, not the greatest. Yeah, some of it looks all right. Some of it looks really awful, to be honest. The moulding here is weird. Look, you've got this sort of circle bits here. and you haven't got them here. That's a bit weird. Don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. I don't think so. See these circles here that show up, and here, but they're not on this part of the frame. Yeah, I mean the wire wheels look really cool. They do look nice. Nice enough mould, but most of the moulding is pretty mediocre, I have to say. This is the decal sheet that comes supplied. There's plenty of decals to put on there if you want lots and lots of sponsors logos and stuff like that, and humorous remarks. Clearly marked left side and right side, which is really nice. Front, back and stuff like that. Very, very nice looking, very, very, very shiny looking decals. But we'll have a closer look at the print in a moment. We can see the printing is very, very nice, very finely printed here. This is a 0.5mm pencil lead here, and you can see very, very clean, beautiful. The grading here in the flames is actually really nice. Look really sharp, really crisp. Absolutely lovely. Very, very happy with these. And then the instruction leaflet. The text looks like it's been, essentially, it's the original 70s one, but obviously they've reprinted these and kept the typeface. It's really nice looking at some of these though, because hey, look, the part number's really small. It's the carburetor. It's, you know, why would you not know it's a carb? Okay, it's also number 7 on the frame. Intake manifold. Paint those in Chevy orange. Chevy orange, my goodness sake. Cylinder heads. Distributors, coils, starter motor, and so on and so forth. All these different bits assembled for the engine. Wheels, stock and custom, and the interior. Chassis for both the stock vehicle and the ramp. The cab is the same for both as well. Now, obviously the rear beds are different. The stock bed for a pickup is like this, and then the final touches here and here. And the ramp truck here, completely different, obviously, because you've got this big ramp thing. Interestingly, these ramp parts don't have part numbers, so you kind of guess what goes on. I'm sure there can't be that much difficulty, he says confidently, but then there we go. Display accessories, most of these are chrome, by the way, so you can strip the chrome off and repaint them whatever colours you like, or keep parts of them chromed if you want. So that's the instructions. Yeah, they're pretty basic, but you know, I think they'll be okay to follow. I've never made a car like this before. I know these are very popular under brands such as AMT and MPC, many of which are now part of round 2. It's going to be fun building in the future, and fun trying to think out what body colour might go with the Chevy orange of the engine, and of course dealing with those chromed parts. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do check out more kit reviews as I pull them from the stash. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.